wrap up your third qualifier for the stock cars.
Ready for the lineup and your performance bodies and parts. Heat race number 4. It'll be Braxton Yeager, the 183 out of Green River, Wyoming on the inside of the first row. And Chaz Baca at the controls of the 21 MF here today. He's out of Mesa.
Row number 2 on the inside, Jocelyn Elmquist out of Boone, Iowa. Her outside will be the 09 out of Oakley, California. That's Jake Archibald.
Row number 3 is Wahoo Mike Albertson out of Audubon, Iowa, the C3 to the inside. Alongside is William Gould. Willie G with us here this week, the 60 out of Calera, Oklahoma.
Row number 4 to the inside, it'll be Kim Maxwell in 34K out of Mojave Valley, Arizona. To the outside, it'll be the 195 out of Wishick, North Dakota, Jeremy Hare. And the final starter on the grid, the F4 machine out of Abilene, Texas. That belongs to Tommy Fain.
We will have IMC Sunoco stock cars for heat races 4, 5, and 6 yet to come, ahead of 8 Frieza Performance IMC modified heat races here today. Appreciate everybody tuning in, logging on, and for those of you here in the house, we are grateful for you as well. Central Arizona Raceway. For those of you that have been with us, no surprise, the wind come up here about 11 o'clock here today. A little bit of a windy day out of the east-northeast. But underway in this one, Yeager losing a position. The 21 MF down the back straightaway. Chaz Baca going to give it a run here today. And Chaz Baca in the 21 will be your leader as we got one spinning. Looks like we'll maybe complete this lap, Jason, and see if we can stay under green. It is Baca, your leader to the back straightaway. And cars moving, we stay green.
Baca going to lead us back to the stripe, 2 down this time by. Jocelyn Elmquist in 18, going to get herself righted, pointed at a proper heading. Braxton Yeager, William Gould, Mike Albertson, your top 4. 5th belongs to Jake Archibald. As we work down into turns 3 and 4, lap traffic out in front of your race leader. Chaz Baca going to have to be ginger down into turns 1 and 2. He'll roll up in front of the lap car. The lap car going to lay over there. Give him the spot as we work down the back straightaway to the halfway point at the stripe. This time by, it'll be 4 laps scored. 4 laps to go. Chaz Baca, your 2-time defending IMCA Modified National Champion, leading the way in the 21 MF.
The 183 of Braxton Yeager, able to get past Elmquist there that time out of turn number 4. William Gould, now his opportunity on the back straightaway. He's in 3rd. Albertson, Mike Albertson, winner 2 in his career during Winter Nationals action, said he was going to hang around and most likely run the early thaw here in later January, as it is still Chaz Baca, the 21 MF. Stumbled for a moment out of turn number 2, but his lead big enough over Braxton Yeager didn't cause him any harm whatsoever. It is Baca, your leader, with a couple to go.
Green flag waving and 2 laps to go. Lap car between your top 2. One turned around, headed the wrong direction down in turns 3 and 4 for the first time. Here in heat race number 4 will go under the Velocity USA caution flag. Believe that to be for the 18 machine. Jocelyn Elmquist turned around, headed the wrong way.
Grateful for everybody tuning in on the social channels for IMCA TV or live look-in. And KSE, we appreciate your sponsorship of the live look-in. And while we have a minute, let's jump down and chat with Jeremy Ritchie down, our heat race winner with Ben.
Well, we got Jeremy Ritchie. Jeremy, great job behind the wheel of the 15J and your own equipment. Really fast out there.
Yeah, felt pretty good. Really got to thank Dallin Murdy, Kyle Brown from Harris Auto Racing. Been struggling with this thing, and it's a pretty good piece now.
Well, good luck in your feature.
Thank you.
Ben didn't realize we were going to quickly get to the green that time out of turn number 4. Appreciate you checking in down there with the recent heat race winner here. The live look in. White flag is out. IMCA stock car heat race number 4. It is Chaz Baca, the leader. William Gould up into the top 2. Albertson the third. Braxton Yeager, unfortunately, falling back a couple of positions in the 183 to 4th. We will wrap up your IMCA stock car heat race number 4. Chaz Baca driving the 21. Willie G hanging on narrowly at the line for second. Albertson in third, and Yeager will complete the top 4. We will jump and take a look at heat race number 5, brought to you by Performance Bodies and Parts. Dan McIntoon out of Hamburg, Minnesota, the 92 with us, and alongside in that first row, the 57X of PJ Humphrey.
Row number 2 to the inside, the 898 out of Cortez, Colorado. That'll be DJ Kibble to his outside, the 20 machine from just down the road in Queen Creek. That's Andy Soul.
Jason Rogers has had some good runs last week. The 37 out of Selden, Kansas on the inside of the third row. On the outside, the 980 of Caden Woody out of Malacca, Minnesota.
Final row to the inside, the 15F out of Santa Maria, California. That's Matthew Frazier. To his outside, the AK-46 out of Burt, Iowa. That is Gary Pasica.
So again, glad to have everybody tuning in and checking things out here on IMCA TV and the social channels. It is the start to week number 2 for the 2025 IMCA TV Winter Nationals presented by Pitt Stop Motorsports. Working on IMCA stock car heat race number 5, we have IMCA Modifieds, the Stars Mod Lights, and your IMCA Hobby Stocks left for heat races here today. Of course, if you like what you see, and we know that you'll enjoy our live look in here today, courtesy of KSE, be sure to head to imca.tv for all the information for today's racing action and be able to watch the entire rest of the week here from Casa Grande, Arizona, the Central Arizona Raceway. 3 deep for a moment. McIntoon is leading, but she is unsettled as we're going to be nearly 4 wide going to the north side of the speedway.
Dan McIntoon jumped a hole shot out to the race lead. He'll work him back to the stripe as your scored race leader. PJ Humphrey trying to hang on to the number 2 spot. Andy Soul works third. Jason Rogers there with the battle of Gary Pasica. He started shotgun the field. Caden Woody going to round out your top 5 hot rods. Back to the stripe will go. Dan McIntoon getting a little bit of breathing room as we work him back with 2 scored, 6 to go.
Dan McIntoon, brand new B&B Racing chassis, and she looks good right out of the chute. PJ Humphrey in second, the 20. Andy Soul knocking on the door, as is Jason Rogers. Caden Woody and Gary Pasica trying to track them down. Looks like they will do so. Chatting with Gary Pasica. Of course, he nearly won night number 1 out here and then got tore up the next night. Said it took a semi-truck, a pickup truck, and another pickup truck to tie it all together to get the frame horn somewhat close in proximity, giving it another go, and McIntoon is dominating this one here at the halfway mark.
On your screen, you see the battle for the number 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. PJ Humphrey, Andy Soul, Caden Woody, Jason Rogers, all right there. Pasica in the catbird seat for that battle. Passing points, all important here. We'll work to the back half of this one now. 5 laps down, 3 laps to go. Humphrey still hanging on to the number 2 spot, but Andy Soul beating down the back bumper of that 57 machine as we tiptoe off into turns 1 and 2.
Caden Woody, the 980, continues to flash to the left-hand side of Andy Soul in the turns. Now Jason Rogers going to give that inside lane a crack here to see if there's any moisture to grab a hold of off the bottom of turn number 4. Well, he made it 3 deep there for a minute. Woody going to give it a try as well. Woody, left rear on the moisture, can't get alongside of Andy Soul down the back straightaway, and McIntoon is already coming to the white flag.
Caden Woody going to give a look back to the inside of Andy Soul for the number 3 position. Can't get that job done. Good racing going on all over the track for 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7 in their own independent battles. As McIntoon going to check the box here as heat number 5 winner. This will come down to the final corner for 2, 3, and 4 positions. PJ Humphrey leading us back to it. He'll come home in the number 2 spot. 3rd, Andy Soul. 4th to Jason Rogers. 5th spot, Caden Woody. Heat race number 5 wrapped up.
Ready to look at the performance bodies and parts. IMCA Sunoco stock car lineup. It'll be Larry Brigner out of Apache Junction, Arizona, the 02X on the inside of the first row. Jerry Clements, the 00 out of Chino Valley, Arizona, will be alongside.
Grady Clements sits inside of row number 2 in the 5G money to his outside. The 121 out of Molino, Oregon, that belongs to Cody Humphrey.
A great-looking IMCA stock car on the inside of the 3rd row. The 3L of Dylan Lawrence out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And Clay Tilia from Dolores, Colorado, the 1776 will start 6th.
Final row to the inside, the X out of San Jose. That's Rob Gallagher to his outside. The 41 out of Surprise. That's George Franzman.
Well, Chaz Baca Jr., incredible job in the stock car, obviously strapped in the mod. Car looks fast. Probably going to be one to look out for the modified heat.
Yeah, I mean, the car was good last week in the modified, so hopefully it continues its streak of some good runs, and we can see if we can get a heat race win here too.
Good luck.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
As you can see with the flags displayed off the back straightaway here at Central Arizona Raceway. Pretty good wind here today, and out of turn number 4, we will charge out of the DRD Graphics starting zone. Larry Brigner started inside row number 1. Jerry Clements settling into 2nd. As here in our live look in, Grady Clements, the 5G money. We stay under the green flag. Had one spinning in turn number 2. It'll be Brigner leading here on lap number 1.
The Brick Dog going to lead us off into the first set of turns on lap number 2. Heavy smoke out of the tailgate of one of those hot rods. The 41 machine, I do believe. Looks like it's not going to cause him to lose any sleep as we hustle down into turns 3 and 4. It'll be 2 laps scored to the books this time by Larry Brigner out front, but here comes Clements and Clements, followed by Cody Humphrey in the number 4 position.
Yeah, and a good look as he dove down to the inside of the 00, riding in the 3rd spot. The 5G money out of Chino Valley, Arizona. Grady Clements. Well, the one-arm bandit pulls to the inside there, the 00 of Clements. Jerry in front of him, the 00. And he's going to hunker down here on the inside lane and draws even. Let's see how that battle for 2nd and 3rd shakes out. The 121 of Cody Humphrey having a notion of maybe trying to play spoiler in this one. Halfway through this one, 4 to go.
Keeping the momentum wound up on the top side is your race leader, Larry Brigner, in 02. Clements and Clements working right behind him. Oh, look out! Trouble, trouble, trouble. On the binders we go. Clements and Clements wadded up there. We had contact with the race leader. The 00 gets hustled around, collects the 5G money. Brigner looks like it's going to drive away, but
the 121, amazingly, the quarter panel is still on that car. He made contact, but it ripped the sail panel off once they got to spinning there. Boy, that was some tough luck for the 2 Clements boys sitting at the top of turn number 2. Certainly could have been worse. And I believe we have Dan McIntoon ready to be chatted with down in the infield.
We do, fellas. We haven't seen you all year long, Dan, and you rip off your first race of the season, at least here for Winter Nationals, with a pretty dominating heat race win.
Yeah, we brought a new car down here. Snow at home, so we didn't even have any chance to race or drive it anywhere but in the trailer. So we practiced a little bit last night, and it was pretty good, and drew the pole and just stayed there.
Well, good luck in your main event.
Thank you very much.
Keep your eyes peeled for the 92 guys, as this guy is looking quick despite only being here for a matter of hours.
Yeah, Dan McIntoon, past winner of one of the big stock car shows at the Hancock County Speedway in Britt as we get ready to queue up a replay here on IMCA TV. And yeah, got jammed up, I think, was it in front of the 00, I believe? That was from the in-car of Grady Clements, and that all closed up quick, Jason.
Yeah, we got bottled up there. It looked like the race leader kind of had a bobble on the exit of turn 2 before they headed down the back straightaway. Clements got into, and that's how that happened. See Jerry Clements going to go on the hook, try to get him off the hood of the 5G money of Grady Clements. Yeah, we'll take a look at it from outside the driver's seat, see if we can get a better look at what goes on here on the way down into turn number 1. Brigner goes tight there, shoves up the hill. Clements gives him a show there, and maybe they didn't touch, but
I don't know that you could. Yeah, I mean, the leader did push up the banking and maybe slowed a little, but Grady Clements awfully aggressive from that third spot. And again, we're not at the controls of these things, but I'm not sure there's a lot we'll pin on the leader on that one at the least. But unfortunately, the two Clements boys getting together, and they are still hooked together. If they stay hooked together any longer, there might be a sport compact coming out of this deal.
So if anybody out there tuned in's got the know on the relationship between our Clements and Clements here on the back straightaway, let us know who it is, or brothers, brother, father, son. What's the relationship there, or cousins? Never can tell. Grady's had enough. He'll pull the. All right, we've got our clarification.
It might be tough at Thanksgiving next time.
Yeah, it's at least tonight at dinner is going to be a little bit rough. Jerry Clements, the father of Grady Clements. Didn't want to say that without knowing, but we do know now. Our crack shot crew here at the racetrack, well, they know more than we do.
Appreciate it, Heather, letting us know next door. This is taking a little bit to...
That's in there good.
It's a couple of lug nuts deep there for sure. I think they're trying to find a good way to tie off the 5G money and perhaps get another wrecker there on the front of the 5 machine to get those two cars separated. But, well, as soon as I say that, looks like maybe they're going to try a whole different approach or different angles to try and get the two automobiles, the father and son tandem, untangled. Heat race number 6 on track. And, of course, those of you enjoying the live look-in, the first day of full competition for the second week of IMCA TV Winter Nationals presented by Pitt Stop Motorsports. We'll be right back here tomorrow. It'll be racing action on a Thursday. I believe we have a pre-race party from noon to 2 featuring live music. I think Rowdy Johnson on the list, I believe, for free music. So looking forward to that as we start tomorrow's activities. The pre-race party at noon. Friday and Saturday yet to go here on IMCA TV and racing here at Central Arizona Raceway. Saturday will be championship night where we crown the rest of our champions as a part of IMCA TV Winter Nationals presented by Pitt Stop Motorsports, and we've got them separated there in turn number 2. Jerry able to roll away, and looks like Grady able to roll along here as well. So get back to wrapping up heat race number 6.
Gotta keep them separated.
Separated they are, and out of turn number 4. It'll be Larry Brigner on Apache Junction, Arizona, the 02X. Leading down the back straightaway, Cody Humphrey out of Oregon, settling in to the second spot. Rob Gallagher making it close in third. Dylan Lawrence in fourth, and maybe not for long as we go to 1.
Gallagher took a big swing down there through 3 and 4. As we work them back into 1 and 2, we're single file and nose to tail, working the top chute side. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. It'll be this time by the green flag. Going to go high up into the air. Brigner, Humphrey, Gallagher, and Dylan Lawrence, your top 4 working hard for position. Swap 3 and 4 as we hustle to the green, waving green flag.
Dylan Lawrence, the 3L, first time we've seen his car was yesterday during practice, and he has a little giddy up in that hot rod, able to dispose of Gallagher the last time. Dylan Lawrence to the top 3 as the white flag is on the front straightaway.
Brigner had to set it down in the center of turns 3 and 4, gave Cody Humphrey a shot to take a look, but he had to woe it up just good enough, and now Dylan Lawrence going to give chase to the 121 as we work down the back straightaway, off into 3 and 4, this time by 1, last chance to dance, wobbled him up there, checkers a wave, who's it going to be? 3-car battle, 3 wide to the line. Larry Brigner going to come home the top spot by no more. The defender. Second to Dylan Lawrence. Humphrey goes third. Fourth to Gallagher. George Franzman rounds out your top 5 heat race. Number 6 and final comes to a close.
So a heck of a finish there after an extended red flag here for a moment, and it does indeed look like we are going to make our way here to a track prep session. So as we said, heading to a track prep session as we wrap up our IMCA Sunoco stock car heat races. And appreciate everybody tuning in on the KSE Live. Look in on the social channels. Go to imca.tv. You'll get all the details on what it would take to watch the rest of today's program and be able to log on and watch week number 2 of the IMCA TV Winter Nationals presented by Pitt Stop Motorsports at Central Arizona Raceway. We're going to take a pause for the cause here for a little while. Going to work on some track prep, and we'll be back racing in a handful of moments.